Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this lesson I wanted to deal with, once again, this topic of the whole border situation, as it's being talked about a lot lately. And as we've mentioned in past times, that whenever something new, some new event or whatever comes up, into the news, all right, be it via MSM or just generally talked about with alternative news, or even just some event that's occurring, you always gotta watch, as the scriptures say, be not ignorant of anything in a small matter or in a great matter, because something small can easily, become huge just like that. Okay. Now with this whole border situation, all right, it's very important to keep a close eye on it and see, what's going to come of it. What I'm mainly interested in seeing is ultimately what do they do as a result of this, right? Because now it seems as though people are acknowledging that this is a problem, and yada yada. It's too many people, not enough resources. The cities are being overrun, and all it is. And I mean, on top of that, there's no vetting of who's actually coming in through the border, right? Could be, could be. That's the spirit. You got this guy up in here. It could be. You could have troops in there. You could have sleeper cells in there. You could have agents. You could just have just people that are just regular people, and you can also have people that just are that have negative intentions. But all in all, they're just being allowed to waltz on up in here. So why is that? And that's what we're going to find out very soon. Okay, because we know, pursuant to 2 Corinthians 2:11, right, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Now, the Satan here is not really referring to, in this case, the spiritual demon Satan, but more so to Esau, Edom, okay, the sons of Satan, the physical counterpart. All right, because the word Satan really just means adverse or an adversary. Should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know the things that they have in mind. It tells you in the book of Psalms, I believe the 64th chapter, it talks about how their inward, not their inward, their heart is deep, and they search out mischief and so on and so forth. So let's read a little bit of this. Texas declares invasion as tens of thousands illegally cross southern border. On Thursday, Fox News, and like I said, I've mentioned this before, anybody can, and even from foreign countries, can just make the trip to Central and South America and just say, oh, we'll just have free entrance right up into the U.S. So and they could just disguise themselves and just come right through. So they could be enemies of the U.S. They could be, other nations. It could be really anybody. All right. On Thursday, Fox News White House correspondent Peter Doocy asked White House Press Secretary Karine Jean, whatever, Pierre, JP, that weirdo. So what do you call it here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally cross the border in a single day? JP responded, so what do you call it, Peter, when the GOP put forth a wait, no, you can't. And basically, I'm going to play the clip so you can see what the dialogue actually looks like. Ducey then, if I'm saying that right, then attempted to refine the question as she added, without answering the initial question, we're moving on. All right, she was happy to add that, because she like, shit, he just hit me with one of them hard questions. Let's hear this.
What do you call it here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally crossed the border in a single day.
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP put forth wait, no, you can't. I'm answering. Okay, we're going to move
You're
on.
answering
No, we're moving on.
Kareem,
Moving.
please.
In the back.
You said you were stopping the flow at the border.
No. I tried to answer, Peter, I tried to answer the question. You stopped me. Let's go.
Yeah, look at him. He's upset. Oh shit. But yeah, she knew that she wasn't gonna have an answer for that. So that's why she most definitely was happy to skip that. Right? So Peter's question comes as the union representing the US Border Patrol warned from September 1st through 20th, the Biden admin ordered the release of more than 100,000 illegal border crashers, or crashers enough to double the population of cities like Yuma. Think about what Biden is doing to this country with his out-of-control border policies. How many millions more? And next year is looking to be a very interesting year too, right? Election year. And you got all this going on. So you had Trump up in there. People say, that this guy is, he's terrible and all of that. Biden, and we said it, that this guy is going to be worse, and he's going to make Trump look like the good guy, so to speak, right? He comes up into power. They made this whole campaign. Oh, you got to get this guy out of here. They got him out of there, and now they got this guy here, and people knew, they saw it. When this guy Biden started doing them, he started wilding out, signing some crazy shits, giving out some wild orders, showing signs of incompetence in his old age, or just doing some weird stuff. People initially wanted to deny it. They were in denial. No, that's just him. Yeah. And now everybody's done fed up. They're like, yo, this guy's he's wilding out. So now with all the so-called damage that he's done, let's see what happens next. Will there even be an election? Right? Will things even make it that far? Well, we got to see. But with these people being, okay, say they've crossed illegally and they let them out. How do you track them? Right? Because I think, if I recall, Trump mentioned something in a video years ago about tracking, about tracking. Can I find that? Let me see. Trump tracking migrants with. Let's see. I know there was a video. He mentioned that. I just can't. If I can find it, maybe I'll link it, or maybe I'll. Is it this? Yeah. I think this is it. Yep. And this was back in, I don't even remember how long, but let's hear this.
Number 8, we will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system. Number 9, we will turn off the jobs and benefits magnet.
So he mentioned about some biometric tracking system, right? And this isn't something that I don't think they really fully actually even put in place, or I could be wrong. But could this invasion also, this so-called invasion, also be a push, a cause for that, on top of many other things, right? Is this guy Biden supposed to mess things up so that it gives Trump if he gets back in there, it gives him justification to pull out some outrageous shit. At this point, we gotta watch and see, right? These are all just speculations. But the point is that there's something that's very odd and strange about what's going on over there, because we know that, you know, at least from the track record of these devils, they don't just do things, don't just happen, and this is just natural. It's organic. It just happened to happen this way. No, it's always orchestrated. There's always somebody behind the scenes pulling some string, giving some different narrative to the media to give to the public people, because the media is the medium between the elites and the people. Okay, so they always give them some cover story, but it's called problem, reaction, solution, the Hegelian dialectic. When something just comes up, it didn't just come up out of nowhere. Especially when you really examine the situation and you wonder, and you're like, I mean, even the average individual would be able to, if they had the power, would be able to, you know, put in some measures for this. So what's the reason behind allowing all of this? And then they turn around and say that the same migrants that are coming in here are sexually assaulting people and stealing and causing all this stuff. But how are you going to find them? and this is stirring up unrest. You know, it's stirring up ill feelings in people. Let's see. Right. So let's read this again. From September 1st through 20th, the Biden admin ordered the release of more than 10 or 100,000 illegal border crashers, enough to double the population of cities like Yuma. Oh, yeah. I think we read this part already. The White House and major left-leaning corporate media outlets have been rush about the worsening border crisis. I don't know if it meant to say hush hush or what. Look at that. America has fallen and they can't get up. And that's what Jeremiah 51, right? She is Babylon has suddenly fallen. We would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed, right? Take balm for her. It may be, you know, that they can heal her, but they can't. So they abandoned her and left. So everybody with some common sense can look at this place and see that this place is through. All right, it's rapidly turning into the setting of what we're gonna know as Jacob's trouble. Okay, you're seeing that right in front of you. This place is rapidly turning into that setting. Almost all legacy media, aka the DNC cheering squad, relentlessly attacked Trump as being heartless and cruel for wanting to secure the border, even for policies that were unchanged from the Obama administration. And that's also another thing that they do. The two parties, right? Whether they call them the right wing or the left wing, the politicians, the Democrats, Republicans, Democrats, so on and so forth, plebeians and patricians, there are two hands on the same body, two wings on the same bird, two sides of the same coin. And it's the same story over and over and over again. One side comes in, they say, yeah, this side, you know, they're bad. No. Then we want the other side. Then they get the other side in. Then, these guys are worse. Now we want to go back to the previous side. Oh, then they vote again. And it's like each side gives justification for the other to come in. Oh, when Trump said this, he's just, you know, he's wild. You know, he's crazy. Then Biden comes in and you know what? Maybe Trump was right. Maybe we should have listened to Trump. We should have done this, that, and the third. You know, and then he comes in there and no, maybe we should have really just stuck to. And they got you going back and forth. You know, like a headless chicken. You don't know where to. You go, what? A couple more years? Oh no, let's go back. Oh, a couple more years? Oh no, let's go back. Right in the palm of the and now it's to the point where people are so gone and so docile that they literally because as all of these things are going on, if you take a step back and look on a higher plane, on a higher level, there are some major moves being made on a world scale by people that were not chosen or selected or quote unquote elected to be in these positions of power. Okay, self-proclaimed world governments and world leaders and these NGOs that are coming out and telling you, oh, by the way, this is what we are planning your future to be. Get ready to eat some bugs. Get ready to be carbon taxed. Get ready. I think it was the UN. I forgot either UN something. So he had some position in there who said that they just the world just unleashed hell or something like that. Let me see. UN says world just unleashed hell. Something along those lines. Maybe. There we go. Humanity has opened gates to hell. You hear them using terms like this, and you think it's all sweet out here? By letting climate crisis worsen. And we told you very explicitly that the whole CC or CG or what is it? CC, climate change and all of that was going to be the next boogeyman. Okay, that was going to be the next the next thing that they're pushing for, because when you look at their smart cities, their 15-minute cities agendas and all of these things, being able to track everything, a big propaganda or boogeyman that can justify a lot of those things is climate, along with other things. Because with this, they can really, because this is something that they'll say it's a global coalition, it's a global effort that needs to be put in place. And guess what? That's when you got the UN, because the UN is really, who's pushing this? Does it not say UN secretary? They're gonna be the real body behind a lot of this, dishing out planetary laws that are basically, you go on this side, you go on that side, wherever it is, you're gonna need to adhere to this, that, and that, and that's why they're looking for global identification systems digitally. So while you got this this stuff going on here in the US, you also need to pay attention to what's actually happening in the world. Time is moving. We're pretty much done with 2023. Just as it started is ending. And then you go to 2024. And so it's not going to be just 1 year goes and one. If you actually pay attention to what's happening, the world is turning into a very violent and apocalyptic place very quickly. Let's see. Earlier this week, Elon Musk managed to shift national attention to the border crisis after he posted on X. Strange that there's almost no legacy media coverage on this. He quoted Fox News' Bill Milligan's post that included footage of a total freefall, all in Eagle Pass, Texas, right now. Let's take a look here. Yep. They're coming up in here for free. And there's always going to be an aftermath. That's it. That's right. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot more people in here, okay, in a lot more desperate situations. Because this place ain't paradise. And when things get tough, look, say you got more people in here, right? There's already food shortages going on, inflation going on. What are you gonna resort to? You know, when the famines get more severe, there's more mouths to quote unquote feed or ration amongst. But on the spiritual side, this is all, the working of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So there's definitely, reasons behind it. This week's footage of the worsening border crisis is something progressive media and Biden admin do not want the American people to see ahead of the presidential election cycle. Now it says here, Africans spilling into Mexico like World War Z.
One day earlier this week, already crowded facilities are being overwhelmed on Mexico's southern border with Guatemala, and a Mexican train operator has suspended operations, citing deaths, injuries, and from migrants climbing aboard freight cars and getting hurt in the process. Now, the number of migrants travelling across the region hit record highs this year, with 250,000 crossings.
Bruh. So something is going on. Something is definitely going on. If you aren't aware, the southern border is beyond blowing up. The second train full of illegals arrived, and no one is stopping them. Biden is inviting illegals to surge the border by providing them special status and ID cards. He is entirely responsible for this crisis. Now, you know what? If I were the enemy of the U.S. and I heard this, or let's just take a hypothetical example. You are the enemy, or you hear that your enemy has basically opened their borders for people to just come up in there. Would you not think, you know what? Maybe I send some of my troops, and agents up in there, disguise them and sneak them up in there. That gives me the advantage. Now I can gain access within the foothold of the actual territory of my enemy. And these agents I can send in there can just be dormant for when I need them to do what they got to do. So now I got people on the inside and the outside. So now you think about it and say, okay, now if you were the U.S., is this not something that would occur to you? If you were the president of the U.S. to say, if I got Russia and China and Iran and all these other countries, that are not really too happy with me, is it beyond their power to, as I open my borders for everybody to come up in here, for them to sneak up some agents in here, some sleeper cells and all of that in here that they could potentially use to harm me? Now, you would think that if that can occur, if that thought can occur to the average individual, how much more for the president? What happened to the whole security system and all of that? Then you think, maybe it's not that the thought didn't occur to them, but maybe this has to be deliberate. Let's take a look. That's it. So there you go. So things are looking to, life in America is looking to take a drastic change very soon. I mean, you have people on TikTok videos talking about how prices are becoming too much. They hate it here. It's hard to live, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. You notice now, yeah, you still have some folly and all that going on, but now a lot of these TikTok videos and Instagram reels and memes are starting to be more people struggling, and them complaining and venting about their struggles, and it's becoming less and less humorous, though they try to joke about their misery, but there's still truth in there. And if you're paying attention to the mood of the country, it's not looking so fun anymore. Okay, thousands of migrants continue to flood into Eagle Pass, Texas, after the Biden administration was filmed removing razor wire intended to deter illegal crossings. The mayor of Eagle Pass has declared a state of emergency and is pleading for help. So we told you, they put this guy in here for a reason. That's it. Yep, Texas National Guard soldiers are on the ground in Eagle Pass replacing razor wire that the Biden admin cut yesterday. Texas will never give up on our efforts to secure the border. So that's interesting too, to see eventually what happens. What happens when Texas gets so fed up? They say, F this. We're not going to listen to what the Biden admin got to say no more. Eagle Pass, Texas yesterday. How many women and children do you see? this is going to get much worse, and our federal government is doing nothing about it. And we, the taxpayers, will foot the bill for this, as well as dealing with the rise in crime, if not worse. Now, keep in mind that over the past 3 years, there were a whole lot of defund the police movements that brought down the morale for a lot of law enforcers or law enforcement agents. And a lot of them are either quitting, retiring, or they're not getting, these academies are not getting new recruits coming in because people don't really want to take that job, right? They don't really get, they just get flack all the time. So if you have less law enforcement agents and more people, and people start to, crime is already going up. There are a lot of cities where they're just like, let them be, just let them do it. So when you put the equation together, what do you think is going to happen? They have these so-called sanctuary cities. But now even they're complaining. Yeah, I was about to say that, right? Get ready, NYC and Chicago. Here's the next train headed to US. This will add to the more than 7K that crossed into Eagle Pass, Texas in the last 72 hours. Yo. They're on their way, man. There you go. Bringing them and dumping them. Bringing them and dumping them. Let's see what else is in here. This is Greg Abbott. I officially declared an invasion at our border because of Biden's policies. We deployed the Texas National Guard, DPS, and local law enforcement. We are building a border wall, razor wire, and marine barriers. We are also repelling migrants. An alleged video shows Border Patrol agents possibly breaking ranks, while some say it's hard to defend the Constitution. Border Patrol agents are breaking ranks. They are questioning why isn't leadership upholding the Constitution. Border Patrol chief, we stay focused. We continue to do the job and the mission that we signed up for. We all signed up for it. We all raised our hand. Let's see what else it says here. And then the brave Border Patrol agents, it's kind of hard to say that to defend the Constitution. And then the chief says, it's not hard to say that. It may be hard for you to say that, but I've been doing this for 31 years. Then the reply is, you keep releasing illegals into our country. Then the chief replies, why are you guys getting caught up in semantics? So let's listen to this. But once again, too, this could all be a part of, some propaganda, right? So whether it's organic or whether it's controlled, either way, it's still playing to the narrative.
We stay focused. We continue to do the job and the mission that we signed up for. We all signed up for it. We all raised our hand.
It's kind of hard to say that. To defend the Constitution, not the
It's not hard to say it. It may be hard for you to say it, but I've been doing this for 31 years. It's not hard for me to say it. Every day I wake up and I'm committed to this organization and I'm committed to each one of y'all.
You say that, they're the same thing, but it seems like the policy's not.
Then you keep releasing criminal aliens in the country.
You're getting bogged down in the policies and the
You
politics.
say illegal alien.
What's that?
You can't even say that.
That's why Chief Scott left.
You just said it.
You can't.
You see anything gonna happen to you? You just said
Yeah,
it.
that's
The
really
whole generation.
Why are you guys getting caught up in semantics? Right? There's a mission out there to be. There's a mission out there to be had, guys. We can sit here and argue about it till we're blue in the face. Right? I've been doing this job as long as y'all.
That's the problem.
What's that?
That's the problem, Chief. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's
I can't hear you.
exactly for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to drop off our communities.
You are doing something.
No, sir, we're not.
You are. You're rescuing people every day. You're taking fentanyl off the streets every day. You're taking methamphetamine, criminal aliens off the streets every day.
Fentanyl death in the history of our country. In 1 year, in this country.
You know, we've made more fentanyl seizures already this year than we made last year.
How many have we not catch because we're focusing on expanding?
I don't know.
And that's the problem.
And we're working on it.
Where's the results? We don't have results.
So like they're giving him a hard time. But once again, like I said, right, whether this is all set up or not, that is people that are watching that have that quote unquote patriotic attitude within them. It's easy to get sparked when you hear exchange like this, right? You're like, yo, you know what? That makes sense. You know, why aren't they doing something about this? Maybe we should go on strike, you know, or whatever other direction it can go in, you know. But once again, watch the borders, okay? Keep an eye out and see what happens. Biden's open border policies are not what the majority of voters want, and have sparked migrant chaos across major metro areas like New York City. It seems as if the fringe progressive minorities of elites continue to impose their unpopular and disastrous policies on the majority. Okay, but the reason I say that is, what do they actually benefit from just having a larger population in here? This is just a means to something. And I'm sure in due time, we'll all find out what that something is. So anyway, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.